New Asian dish. This time we review American chef Rachael Ray making pho. Pho is Vietnamese national dish. Vietnamese niece and nephew also part of it. Hope she don't mess it up.
Pho noodle bowls. We can use a base stock of anything we want.
Wait.
Base stock
of anything we want.
No, cannot just use anything you want. Hiya. How many seconds? 8 seconds. She say wrong thing already. Uncle Roger predict this not gonna go well.
Well, if our last video is any indicator on how this recipe is going to turn out, then I wouldn't be getting your hopes up. There are many different types of pho, and it would have been better if Rachel may have worded it a little differently. I understand what she means by this because she's trying to do the same thing as Jamie with his videos, is by telling the viewers that you can basically make whatever you want out of whatever you have at home, because sometimes people can't get all the right ingredients. However, there are specific recipes on making this, depending on what you want to make, whether it be chicken, beef, seafood, and correct me if I'm wrong, but even stir-fried pho.
Really great pho is bones roasted and slow cooked with great aromatics.
Oh, that correct. Maybe won't be this bad because she seemed to know what she's talking about. But this niece Rachel look like kind of woman who own many live, laugh, love sign.
Slow cooked with great aromatics, and that's your base. The cheater can do what we're gonna do right now.
Hiya, don't cheat. This food, not marriage. If this recipe for cheater, then we need to show this to Auntie Helen.
If when you're cutting corners means that you're going to lower the quality of whatever you're making, it's usually not a good thing to do unless you have to do it. Making a beef stock, for example, instead of cooking it overnight or maybe even for 12 hours, you could try to cook it in less time, but you may be sacrificing some of those extra flavors that you get and the reduction as well, and that takes time. It's something that, unless you have a pressure cooker or something else, you can't really speed up.
Fortified broth. I am literally defrosting beef stock because
What is this?
I am literally defrosting beef stock.
What?
Beef stock.
Pho broth supposed to be transparent. Why your broth look like gravy? Hiya. Whole dish already messed up. No way you can make that clean.
In other words, Uncle Roger's basically saying that this should look more like a consommé. It should be more translucent. And there are ways of making this into a consommé. The traditional way takes time, unless of course you're doing the Heston Blumenthal way. If I remember correctly, is to freeze the beef stock and then let that defrost through a muslin cloth. And the muslin cloth will collect all the particulates. The traditional way is with egg whites, and the egg whites collect all the proteins that are in the beef stock, and it makes the stock clearer. Then again, it also takes out a lot of the nutrients that are quite important as well. So again, it depends on, do you want the extra flavor or do you want the clarity? You have to sacrifice one of the two.
And all I did was take an entire bulb of garlic.
Garlic, wrong. Asian people, we like garlic. But just because Uncle Roger like it, doesn't mean I should put in pot. Otherwise, I'm gonna cook Nigella loss.
For everybody that makes this dish regularly, let me know in the comments if you do add garlic, depending on what type that you're making.
Pho broth, just onion and ginger to start. Garlic gonna overpower the whole broth. Wrong ingredient. Also, who cut garlic like that? You want to throw whole bulb of garlic in? Just throw whole bulb. Why the half-ass chopping? What for?
Trim the end. A good chunk of ginger.
Ginger, correct.
Peeled it.
Okay.
An onion. All I did was
Onion, correct.
that's it. With the root ended.
And she char it, that correct too.
Charred it, and I'm sliding it in. So now the broth, vegetable, beef, chicken, seafood, doesn't matter.
It matter. You can't just put random shit in it.
The signature flavors of the broth in this Vietnamese dish. Again, we're taking a bunch of shortcuts here.
No. Why so many shortcuts? Is she sponsored by Waze?
Again, we're taking a bunch of shortcuts here.
Also, this not shortcut. Shortcuts still bring you to correct destination. This whole recipe wrong already. You follow this shortcut, you're gonna end up in ocean.
Now see, little tricks like this could be a good thing.
Instead of using cheesecloth, I literally use a loose tea bag.
Okay, smart. Saving money.
And I put in a stick of cinnamon,
Cinnamon, correct.
1 fresh bay leaf,
What? What?
1 fresh bay leaf,
Bay leaf? Bay leaf don't even grow in Vietnam. Why? Who put bay leaf in pho? In Vietnam, nobody import bay leaf to put in pho. What's she doing? Is she gonna add chili jam later? Hiya.
white and black peppercorn,
Peppercorn wrong again. So random.
a few star anise,
Okay, star anise correct.
3 pods of cardamom.
Cardamom correct.
And then I'm going to take the shoelaces,
Wait, that all?
tie them onto the side of the pot.
Hiya, she missing so many things. Clove, coriander seed, fennel, fish sauce, MSG. Like, where your MSG? Why you don't use MSG? You already messed up. At least MSG save a little bit. In Vietnam street food store, they just put MSG on table. Use it like salt and pepper. Never kill anyone yet.
MSG is Uncle Roger's favorite ingredient, I think even more so than rice. Now, as far as the bay leaf is concerned, bay leaves are very common to use in Mediterranean and in Western cuisine. We use bay leaves a lot. But she is also using a fresh bay leaf. And fresh bay leaves, this is something that I talked about in a previous video, do not have the same flavor profile. They're stronger, they're more pungent than dried bay leaves. So if you are going to be using them, then just keep this in mind that you don't have to use as many.
Uncle Roger still can't get over why the broth so dirty. Squid Game should have one game where they ask people to make clean broth. Contestants should be niece Rachel and nephew Nick. They both gonna die.
Now, guys, just remember that Uncle Roger is a comedian and this is a script. He does not mean this in any way, shape, or form. But I have to admit, Squid Game was an interesting show, wasn't it? Let me know in the comments down below on whether or not you saw it and if or not you liked it. The script for that series was rejected for many years before Netflix finally took it on. And after seeing it, I can see why it was rejected. I mean, it's popular, but still, it's just something completely different than what you normally see.
Today I use the small steaks.
What?
Here, they're little sirloins.
That the meat for pho?
Today I use these small steaks.
Hiya, that beef so thick. Uncle Roger must be seeing wrong. That cannot be the beef for pho.
Today I use
That
these small
that
steaks.
that beef too thick for pho. Have you seen pho, niece Rachel? Beef in pho should be super thin because you cook just by pouring broth on it. But this beef thicker than Lizzo. How to eat? How to eat?
I have a few things to comment about. One is the amount of clutter that is on the countertops, not just the one that she's working on, but the one behind her as well. To me, this is something personally that I can't stand. I absolutely cannot stand a cluttery kitchen. I can't. And the other thing is that Uncle Roger is right about this. And if you are having trouble cutting the meat thinner, a little trick that I mentioned in our beef tartare video is that you can take the beef that you're using, chill it in the freezer for a little bit, just until it firms up, and then slice the meat. Because since it's raw, it's going to be a little more difficult to get thin slices. If you chill it, it'll harden up and it'll be easier to get thinner slices. Now, why do we cut it thin? Obviously, Uncle Roger is saying to cook it, and it's true, you have to cook it, and the thinner you cut it, the faster it'll cook. But the thinner you cut it, the more tender the meat will be as well, or I should say the easier it will be for you to eat it.
Simply pick. Do not chop. Pick. Thai basil and Thai mint is what I have.
Pick or chop, both fine. That's not even your problem.
Guess what? If you can't buy Thai basil and Thai mint, guess what you can buy?
No.
Mint and Italian basil.
No, cannot replace Thai stuff with Italian stuff. They both don't taste same. If you cannot buy Thai basil, then just don't make pho. Go support your local Vietnamese restaurant. Eat your pho there. If you don't live near good Vietnamese restaurant, then move to better city. Get some culture. Even Cowboy Ken can get sushi in middle of nowhere.
Guess what my favorite food is? It is sushi.
You got no excuse. Her cooking so bad, you see that? Even her dog fuck off.
It's true that there are many different types of basil and mint as well, and depending on what type that you're using, they're not necessarily interchangeable. Sometimes, obviously, you have to substitute because, as I know from personal experience, living even in a big city, sometimes it can be very difficult to find the ingredients that you need to make something specific. Even if it's from the country next door, even if it's from France, sometimes getting a specific ingredient can be difficult. Like chervil, for instance, you can never find it. Or salsify, that's another thing that is hard to find. If you have ever sliced basil at home, especially with a dull knife, more than likely, you may notice that after a few minutes or even less, the basil will start to turn black. The sharper the knife, the better, but supposedly tearing will prevent the leaves from turning black as quickly.
I also have a bunch of cilantro.
Cilantro, correct. If you don't know, cilantro is American for coriander. And Rachael Ray is American for Jamie Oliver.
I divided the
Bean sprout, correct.
without the woody stems of Thai basil,
Chili, good too.
cilantro, and mint. I had in the fridge some bean sprouts from the other day.
Good.
If any of you saw our previous video with her pad thai, then you know that she likes bean sprouts. But I mean, like, seriously, loves bean sprouts. And you should go see that video after seeing this one, if you haven't seen it. It's an interesting video.
These beautiful, literally it says on the package, pho.
Okay, that pho look correct. At least she used right type of noodle. So slightly better than Jamie Oliver. He thinks soba and ramen same thing.
Rice noodles.
Okay, she cooking the noodle now.
This company says 6 minutes. All right, let's start on the rice noodles.
One quick thing about cooking rice noodles is that they will cook very quickly, much quicker than you may think. And you don't need to boil the you-know-what out of them. You're not cooking pasta. This is different.
Okay, that correct time to use colander.
6 minutes per hour package direction. And I'm just gonna give them a
Rinsing with cold water, correct also. Good, good, good.
making a little mess.
No, that's not enough. You have to leave it to dry first. Your noodle's still wet. Hiya.
If you don't know why she's adding cold water, it's to stop the cooking process, because if she were to just dump the noodles into the sieve, that's not a colander has bigger holes, but if she was just to drain the noodles immediately and leave them, the residual heat itself can overcook the noodles. And if you add cold water to them, it will stop the cooking process.
Classic way to do this is to put the protein in the dish raw.
That correct. But your beef too thick.
Cover it or let it steep in a deep bowl. You would need a deeper bowl than this. The way I think you're going to prepare
Uh-oh.
it,
No.
I took out our aromatics.
No.
Roasted,
Don't tell. No.
okay, and the ginger.
Put
and
the beef
garlic.
down.
All
No.
we have left is our bag of spice.
No. Put no. What she do? What she doing? No. That's not how you cook beef for pho. Uncle Roger, see this? I have to put my leg down from chair. I'm so upset. Beef supposed to just cook with the broth, but not throw it into the broth. Hiya. You do that, you're gonna overcook the beef. You're gonna dirty up the broth. Please, Rachel, you're making all our ancestors cry now. You're killing the broth. You're killing the beef. It all fucked.
Now, as Uncle Roger and also Rachel explained, is that normally you put all the ingredients into the bowl, the meat as well, and then you take the stock, which is hot, and then you pour that on top of the ingredients, and then just that, with the contact from the broth itself, will cook the beef. And that's it. And the way that she's doing it now is the opposite way. Instead of putting the beef raw into the bowl and then cooking it with the rest of the ingredients, she took the beef and put that into the stock pot with the broth and cooked the beef separately. So it is what it is.
It's going to continue.
No way to save this now.
All we have left is our bag of spice. Look what I'm doing. About a minute in, because it's going to continue to cook. Take the protein and pile it on top of
Throw this out, feed to your dog.
your noodles.
Don't give to your dog. It may not be good for them. It is quite important when working in the kitchen is that when you have to transfer protein, food, liquid, whatever it may be, an ingredient, whatever it is, from one pot or container to the other, it's important to have both of them as close together as possible. Why? So you don't make a mess and so you don't spill. It may have been a better idea to get rid of all this clutter that's on the countertop and move that a little closer to the stovetop. Well, in any case, she's probably not cleaning. But if I'm cleaning, I don't want to make a mess.
Okay?
Oh, the beef looks so overcooked. Look like rubber. What you doing, Miss Rachel?
Now we're gonna take the bowls and add the lime juice.
Why? Lime cannot save this. Even Jesus giving up on this fur.
Over our protein of choice.
It looks exactly like what it is, this boiled beef.
And then what do?
Oh, throw it up.
Well, of course, we use our beautiful fortified broth.
She say beautiful.
Well, of course, we use our beautiful fortified broth.
This broth look like toilet water. Where got beautiful? If you think this broth beautiful, I think your glasses don't work.
And I mean, go.
Go? What you mean go? You mean go home and cry? Because that's what Uncle Roger gonna do.
The herbs, the chilies, the bean sprouts, the meat, the noodle, everything.
This Karen just destroy fur. Uncle Roger's sad now. You just destroy Vietnam national dish. I think another Vietnam war gonna happen. This is fucking terrible.
For everybody that makes this dish all the time, then let me know your comments and, well, your thoughts down below. Be nice about them, but let me know. Obviously, she did cut a few corners, but then again, she was trying to make this for an audience that they may not have access to all the ingredients readily. Although then again, if you don't have all the ingredients and you don't know how to make it, it may actually be better, like Uncle Roger said, to go to a Vietnamese restaurant and just have it at the restaurant. Hopefully you did enjoy this video, and if you did, or at least the video, maybe not the recipe, but the video, then be sure to give it a like, maybe a share, and be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, because when we reach 500,000 subs, we will be making our own egg fried rice. And hopefully Uncle Roger will review it. Or better yet, we'll do a collab. Until next time, take care. Be sure to check out this next video coming up here, and I will see you guys again very soon. Until then, take care.